Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk Pods with M and B. I am M.
And I'm V.
Yes, and today we'll be continuing on our topic on mental health. A lot of people have talked about this. They've really given their insights in this very topic. They've shown interest, a lot of interest. So we want to really bring more helpful tips and ideas on how to avoid mental breakdowns. So as usual, B, the floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. I should
Okay.
really become
Okay.
I guess I
Let me not just do that to her. Okay. So we'll be having this interaction. It's gonna be
I mean,
a cooperative one, you know,
yeah.
but we really want to let people know how to really overcome mental breakdowns.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in saying that we all I think come at a time in our life that um we do have mental breakdowns. I
Yeah,
don't think anyone is free from not. Um I mean, we're obviously we're all human
exactly.
and we're all going through a journey, not belittling anyone, but we're all going through our own journey, and what is big for me might not be big for you, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and I've had my fair share of breakdowns, so I'm not free from that. Um, but I think the most important thing is also it's knowing, sorry, knowing and having a support network, having someone or some people that you know that if I call them, I know I'm gonna be backed up. I know I'm gonna have that support. I know that I'm not going to be judged, these people, and I'll be able to vent.
Mm.
And for me it is my love here. M, I vent to him. I vent. I
Mm.
vent and I'm like, oh my goodness, I vent.
Yeah.
Um and being a support worker, disability support worker, we work a lot with mental health, with people that have mental health, and going traumatic, whatever story their background is, you take that on. You do take it on because obviously we're still human, and we're taught within our course that we should never get emotionally involved. But the thing is, what our course is saying is pretty much you have to be a robot, which is impossible because we're human, we feel, we have emotions, we have sympathy.
Yeah.
So it does take its toll a little bit. So um, I think it's good having a support network, having people around you that that they're not going to judge you. Doesn't matter what you say.
Mm.
Um, to just a simple cup of coffee, talking to
Mm.
someone that you know that you can rely on.
Yeah,
Um,
that's awesome. That's awesome. B, let me throw more light to this. On my own little experience, I also think one of the things one has to do to avoid mental breakdown is one of the tips of avoiding mental breakdown is setting boundaries, learning to say
mhm,
no when you need to, and establish healthy boundaries in your relationship and commitments.
mhm.
There are times when we want to, it's as if we're trying to please everybody. We're trying to do everything to please others, and then we forget about ourselves. Sweetie, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And these people
Yes.
take
Yeah.
advantage of the situations. They
Mhm.
they they disrespect your kindness. They mistake your kindness for stupidity, and then
Mm.
you find yourself regretting. So it's always good to sometimes know when to say, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So
100%.
and another vital point is manage your stress. Learn to manage
Mm.
your stress. Find a healthy, coping mechanism for stress. Such as like having a deep breath, exercise, practicing mindfulness, some Buddhists will be like, all the stuff,
I don't think we
I don't
would.
know, that's the thing. Remember, everyone's journey is different. So find what works for
Yes.
you. Find what works
Mm,
best for you, and
yeah.
take good care of yourself. And then one other tip I can give to you is seek support. Seek
Mm,
support. Reach out to loved ones. Maybe, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you consider talking to a therapist, or you can consider, talking to a guardian or a counselor, someone,
mm.
you can share your deep thoughts with,
Yeah,
that way.
and there are groups out there, in your community. Always look out for
Exactly.
those groups in community, your churches.
Yeah.
Um, if you go to church, your pastors
Mm.
is always a good one too. So um, but going out in the community, I know there's a lot of groups and single mothers groups on Facebook, and single fathers groups on Facebook, or it's just doing your research and going out there and seeing, okay, if I don't have family members, if I don't have friends, then get out there and do your research. Seek. Don't bottle it up, because it will get to a point where you're just going to explode.
Mm.
Um, and to get into that hole, like once you're in that hole, it's very hard to get out. Being an overthinker myself, I've been there. I overthink everything, even my own decisions. Is like, am I making the right decision? Just overthinking everything. But being able to talk to someone tell them, am I overthinking this? What do you think? Sometimes getting someone else's opinion, um, it gives you a different view. It gives them it gives yourself a different view, because you could
Yeah.
ask for that opinion, and it could, change your decision or confirm that you're making the right decision.
And
Never
also,
stay bottled up.
yeah, never stay bottled up. And also
Mm.
practice self-love, you know, love
Yeah.
yourself. Love yourself. You
Mm.
see, one thing we need to really understand is, without being kind to yourself first, you can't be kind to others. And when others are
That's
being
true.
kind to you, you will not see it as kindness.
Mm.
Don't don't reduce yourself by your own self. Like, don't talk down on your spirit. Don't say,
Yeah.
I'm a failure, man.
Mm.
This
No.
happens to many of us. Sometimes we're like, man,
Yeah,
am I useless? What am I doing?
exactly. And
Why
what we
can't I
said in the
be?
other
Yeah.
episode,
Why can't I be
words
the
have power.
words have power? Like, I mean, if most of you guys followed our previous episode, you will
Mm.
realize, and you would have heard us talking about this. And
Yeah.
the sad thing about this whole thing is that at the end of the day, it's about you. Nobody
Mm.
gives a damn about how you feel, because everyone is in somewhat selfish.
And can I just add on to that?
Yeah.
And is find things that you love. Find things that
Yeah. Prioritize on
in
yourself.
my case, I mean, I
Mm.
can only talk about myself. This is when I was got I'm sure one day we'll talk about our journey, on my journey.
Mm.
But when everything was happening, when I was going through my things, I started doing things that I loved. So I've always loved makeup. I've always loved painting.
Mm.
I've always liked reading. So I
Mm.
started to get back into that. Um, I looked past. Yes, I'm a mum, but I also had to think, what does B like before she became a mum?
Yeah.
And I loved doing my makeup. I loved doing paint. I loved painting and drawing, and things like that.
Things
And
that gives you joy.
and things that give you joy. Go
Yeah.
back to
Mm.
and that's what I did. That's what it helped me.
Mm.
I
Self-care.
was telling you, yeah, I was telling you, and before that, I was sometimes when I was feeling a little bit down,
Yeah.
I would do my makeup.
Mm.
It just brought me joy, and I would take selfies, and then when I felt great, when I felt good, it just gave me that little bit of motivation or that happiness, that joy. Or even reading a book. I love reading. Especially like romantic novels and mysteries and stuff like that. So get back to that. We tend to forget because life happens. We all have to go to work. We all have to pay bills, mortgages, rent, all that stuff, and we sometimes forget to do the things that we love. I know that's happened to me, that I'm just work, and then I'm like, I really miss doing this. I need to do this for myself. So I will have an afternoon, just in bed and reading, things like that. So yeah, find things that also, apart from if you don't want to talk, find things that make you happy. Yeah.
Awesome. I really want to say one thing before we go.
Yeah. Go for it.
You see, at the end of the day, like we said, with all the things mentioned, and we haven't mentioned God, then it's rubbish. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
You must also learn to have a practical, prayerful life. Yeah. And you have to also make our time to, associate with the things of God. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. Yeah. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, really, I want to appreciate you all for, subscribing on our channels and our YouTube page, Real Talk PODS with M&B on TikTok.
Yeah. Can I just, say something quickly? I did want to say something on our first episode, and I did write it in the comments, but if you guys want to reach out to us and you guys need help in that prayer, we're here. We have M&B Live, which is our WhatsApp, and we're here that we can pray with you. We can pray with you. If sometimes you don't have the words to say,
yes,
reach out and we can pray with you.
We can pray with you. Yeah,
we can pray with you.
So thank you, B, for that. Thank you so much. So reach out to us and we can pray with you on Real Talk PODS with M&B on YouTube. Or you can write us on TikTok at Real Talk PODS with M&B, on our channel, our WhatsApp channel, which is M&B Live. And yes, we'll soon be on Instagram. We're soon gonna be on Facebook. But for now, these are the channels where we are, and this is where we want to really keep dishing out this wonderful, insightful, joy-bringing, spirit-lifting podcast to you all. And remember, this is no joke. This is real talk. Thank you so much, B. Thank you for the time. Thank you for your consistent hard work to make sure that this podcast brings the right information to the public. And we're going to keep doing what we can to make it happen often and on.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Please feel free to
pleasure.
Subscribe on our channel. If you love what you've heard, subscribe on our channel, increase the love, and let's share this gospel of facts to the world. Thank you so much. Once again, I am M.
And I'm B.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for being here with us. Have a blessed day. Bye.